If you run an Amazon store, then you know the pain. Every product needs a full set of images like these, which means studio costs, days waiting, and then doing it all again for every variation. So I built a workflow that handles everything for you. You start with a simple photo of your product. It runs it through an LLM node, which understands your product and writes all the prompts, hands you a whole listing pack back. And it even comes with a Claude skill that runs the entire process through Claude Code. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can set this workflow up for your own store. We're going to start by giving a high level overview of the workflow and how it works. Then I'm going to go through and build it with you on screen. And then at the end, I'll show you how you can set up and run the whole thing with Claude Code through this skill. So the tool we're building all this in is called Wireflow. And it's essentially a node-based canvas where you can drag and drop nodes, like text nodes, image nodes and that sort of thing. And they have all the best image and video models available on a single canvas. So it just makes it a lot easier to build comprehensive workflows and then share them around so that other people can clone them and reuse them as well. So this is a workflow template that we're going to be going through today. It's the Amazon listing pack, 10 images from one product photo. And I'll share this link in the description. And essentially you can come into this link, clone the template. You can go to the skill link here. This is just going to show you the skill, and I'll show you how to use that later in the video. But for now, we'll just jump straight into the workflow. So this is the full workflow, and it looks complicated, but it's quite simple when we break it down. Essentially, there's two inputs. You have your product image, then you have the analysis brief. And this is pretty much just the brief that we want to give it with all your product information, name, audience, features, scenes, that sort of stuff. Pretty much what you want to get out of it. In terms of product listing photos. And then we have the analyze and write step, then we have the generate step, and then this is the listing pack that you get at the end, and we can just click on this, and you can just scroll through all the output images here. So at a high level, it's pretty much just like a 3-step process. So we have your product and your brief, then we go into the two chat LLM node steps. So this is running on Opus 4.8, and this is pretty much just understanding the image, as well as the brief, and putting it into a nice format so that we can send it into the prompt writer. And the prompt writer has this extensive system prompt here, which is essentially training it on how to write good prompts. It's also telling it how to split the prompts. So the output here is getting sent into a prompt splitter, which is splitting the prompts with this asterisk character here. Then we have 10 prompts into different list nodes here, and you can see this one's selecting this one. So this is just going to select all of the different prompts here and then feed those prompts into Seedream Pro 5 image models here. And then we have also the reference image coming from here into this router node here, and then also into all of these image nodes here as a reference image. And then all of these are just getting sent into this listing pack preview node, which pretty much just lets us kind of see all of the images that we've generated in a full screen view like this, and just click through them all and check if there's any issues with the images. Then we can just go back and regenerate this one, for example. All right, so now I'll show you how to run the workflow with a new product. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to click and add more images and select my new product here. Then after that, once it loads in, we're just going to run this product analysis node here, which is going to essentially do this. So it's going to study the attached product photo like a senior Amazon listing strategist, and then reply in plain text with exactly this shape. So it's going to find our name, audience, features, etc., purely based on the image we give it. So it's come back with name, Casa Mint Stovetop, which looks good to me. So now I'm going to run the prompt writer. And while this runs, I'll explain kind of the tool a bit. So on the right here, you have all the node settings. So you can come here and you can click through all of the best language models. So for this one, we're going to use Opus 4.8. And so this is the same for every node on this platform. If you click on an image node, you're going to have the settings on the right. Same with video nodes. And then utility nodes like this, they don't have settings, so they don't have any like side menu. All right, so here we go. We've come back with the Casa Mini Mint Stovetop alone on a pure white seamless background. So that's going to be our first prompt in this prompt splitter here. So now I'm just going to start running these image nodes. All right, so I just ran them all and they took about 3 minutes total. So you can see you have all of the image nodes finished with the new Amazon product in it. We can just have a look at them a bit closer. So you have the main image, feature infographic, lifestyle home, dimensions and scale, the comparison chart, the what's in the box, the detailed close-up, the social proof card, and the lifestyle on the go image. And then we just have them all into the preview node here. We can just click through and look at them all full screen. And I actually did switch a few of these to GPT-2 image off camera because the text heavy ones don't do as well on Dream 5 Pro. So I switched all the text heavy ones over to GPT-2 image and it just looks like it's done a much better job here. All right, so that's pretty much the whole workflow end to end. You can go and run it right now if you have Amazon products, and you'll get a handful of really high quality Amazon listing products back. But now I'll show you how you can set up a workflow like this end to end from scratch with just a Claude Code skill and then the Wireflow API. All right, so back on the template page, and that's just because the Claude Code skill is linked here. So if you just come here and you click on this, this is the entire skill. And so I've already downloaded it, but you need to download it. It's just a markdown file. And then once you have that downloaded, you want to go and set up your Wireflow account with the API. And if you just go to wireflow.ai/API, you can get to this page, and then you just click on the API key. Then it will kind of walk you through the steps to get the API key, and then you'll just set it up in your Claude Code. And then once you're in Claude Code, so I just have a fresh Claude Code here. I'm just going to come here and click on upload. I'm going to select that skill, and I'm just going to say run this skill. So I'm actually running Fable 5 in Claude at the moment. All right, so it's loaded the skill and it's asked me for two things. It's asked for a path to the product photo. So this is just the product photo in my downloads folder. So I've just pasted that there, and then I'm just going to give it a product name. So this one's just the Casa Stovetop Espresso Machine. And I'm just going to send it. It's also said that a run costs about $1.25 in Wireflow credits. So that's the whole 10 photos and the 2 LLMs run end to end. That's how much it's going to cost you roughly. All right, so Claude just got back to me. It's been about 5 to 10 minutes. And from the looks of it, it's actually gone ahead and generated all 10 images for us. And then it's given us like a little TLDR and then the workflow down here. So I'm just going to click on this. You can see it's generated the entire workflow, pretty much the exact node setup as the previous workflow. So that's kind of how I set the skill up. So it's gonna pretty much insert your product here, then it's going to do the analysis brief and then run through all of those steps the exact same as the manual workflow, but Claude is going to be the one that's running everything for us. So the best thing about having Claude run it with us is that if we're not happy with any of these outputs, I can just go back into Claude and say, hey, I'm not happy with the dimensions and scale output. Can you please rewrite the prompt for me and then run it again? So I'll just show you an example of that now. Happy with that scale. You please rewrite that prompt and run that node again. All right, so I only took about 2 minutes and it came back and it said, the rerun nailed it, new scale image, true scale restored, the espresso cup is now about 1/3 of the marker's height. So it looks like it's gone there and it's resized stuff. So I'll open it up for you, and okay, here we go. So this is the new image, this is the old one, and then Claude's gone through and it's changed the actual prompt from all the way over here, and then it's rerun this specific image node to generate this improved scale image. And the great thing about Claude is that it has the context of this whole workflow. So Claude is essentially getting this entire workflow ingested, understood, and it's able to cherry pick any of these outputs, and you can just have a natural conversation with Claude, with any of the models, Fable, Opus, and it's able to come in here and edit exactly what you want, regenerate stuff. It's even able to like reshape the whole workflow, create videos, that sort of thing. And then once you have a workflow running, you can use Claude to set up an automation to just run that workflow on a schedule, or you can give Claude a client brief and then generate a whole workflow based on that client brief. And so this new image just slots in. You can click on this and view them side by side as well. It just slots back into our workflow, and then you can see our whole listing pack here. Just go through these. So these are all super high quality images. And then you can even just click this download all button, and it'll download them all as a folder onto your computer. So that's the whole system, the whole workflow end to end. You can just drop your product in, run these few language nodes, and then run the image nodes, and you have a full Amazon listing pack. And I'll be leaving the workflow link in the description along with the skill. And from that, you should be able to just paste it into Claude and have it set up this whole workflow for you.